I've got that grocery list for y'all. Welcome back to Street Scores. It's your boy Rico giving y'all a draft edition of Redskins Report. I'm here to tell y'all what positions the Redskins need, how much they need them, and why. Let's get it. Here's what the Redskins' needs consist of. The higher the number, the more dire the need. And these needs are based on a fully healthy roster. Emphasis on fully healthy. So if everybody on the roster is fully healthy, these are our needs in my opinion. And I'm about to dive into each position and explain the situation around the need and why we need help there. First of all, nose tackle. We run a 3-4 defense without the central point that's supposed to anchor the entire defense. A nose tackle. An elite or at least productive nose tackle that can eat double teams, stuff the run, and show some minimal pass rush qualities. With that, our defensive line and outside linebacker group will dominate. Imagine a healthy Matt Ioannidis and Jonathan Allen one-on-one most snaps. That's unblockable. And that would also give Ryan Kerrigan, Junior Gillette, if he resigns, Preston Smith, it may be Trent Murphy, more one-on-one opportunities on the outside too. And that sounds like food to me. I'm hearing things about Matt Ioannidis possibly moving the nose tackle, but I prefer him at 3-4 defensive end since he is only 300 pounds. And I know only 300 pounds sounds funny, but that's actually pretty small for nose tackle in my opinion. It's big for everything else in every other position in every other sport, but not nose tackle in this NFL. But also Anthony Lanier has some great moments, and Ziggy Hood shows some flashes, and I feel like they would be great rotational players to give Allen, Ioannidis, and whatever nose tackle we draft some rest occasionally. I know exactly who I want to draft here, but I'm saving that for my next draft video when I give y'all my premature mock. So on to the next position need. We need a dependable wide receiver, which is why this position need is 4 out of 5. Josh Doctson shows potential, Jamison Crowder can be very inconsistent with catching, and Ryan Grant's ceiling is low. Kirk lost 2 1,000-yard receivers in one offseason, and you can see the downgrade of the position. Terrell Pryor was supposed to come in and be great, but that failed. Old Vernon Davis and running back Chris Thompson were our most productive pass catchers. Kirk needs a dominant weapon, and with how our roster is set up to win now and not rebuild, we don't have too much time for Josh Doctson to figure things out. So he can be the wide receiver 2, and we can draft a wide receiver 1 hopefully. But I also have a few free agents in mind and some prospects projected to go in several different rounds that I have in mind to fill this need. But like I said earlier, this information will be presented with some film to back it up in the coming days. Next position, quarterback. And this one is tricky because it depends on what we do with Kirk Cousins. If he leaves, say to the Browns, Broncos, or Jets, or whatever, then our QB need is 5 out of 5, in my opinion, because I truly believe this roster is built to contend, if not for injuries. So we would need to draft a quarterback in the first round and maybe even move up, unless we want to rebuild, of course. But I hate trading up in drafts, and I have ideas for ready to now win prospect quarterbacks. But if we tag them, then our QB need is a 2 out of 5 in my opinion, and we can draft a quarterback that will need some time to develop. And this can be made in any of the rounds depending on how much the Redskins love a specific guy, and I have a few ideas for that too. And the final possibility would be if we actually finally for real this time sign him long term, and then our QB need is virtually non-existent because Colt isn't terrible, he's just not that good. We can probably draft a quarterback very late or sign one as an undrafted free agent to get some quarterback competition going for that second spot on the depth chart. The next largest need is running back at 3 out of 5. If fully healthy, our running back group is pretty dynamic, being led by Chris Thompson, and Samaje Perine has shown some potential, but our Samaje and Rob Kelly situation could be upgraded by drafting one of these great prospects coming out. The running back class is deep this year, with franchise changes possibly making it to the 4th round. Even though I wouldn't consider this a dire need, this draft presents us the opportunity to get a franchise running back, and I either want a bruiser with vision or an Alvin Kamara that can do it all. And those are some hints to who I think we should draft at the running back position, but we're gonna get to that later. Left guard, all I have to say is Sean Laval. That's literally it. But to actually explain it, if we can draft a legit guard, then our offensive line is immediately top 5 when healthy. This is similar to our defensive line. We have great Pro Bowl pieces and one big flaring weakness. With Chase Roullier looking good at starting center in just his rookie season, if we can just plug in one missing piece in that left guard, the offensive line can become dominant. Just like if we plug in a nose tackle, our defensive line will become dominant. This can be addressed later in the draft for the left guard position, Bring in somebody to compete with Eric Kwanjo, who showed potential in games last year when he played. Inside linebacker need is 2 out of 5. Zach Brown is a beast, stopping the run, plugging in holes, and rushing the passer, but he's just bad in coverage. If we can get a Mike inside linebacker upgrade who can cover to complement him, we will be great. Mason Foster flashed when he was healthy, but wasn't very consistent. Montreal Spate has some moments, and Will Compton is smart, but is very limited by his lack of athleticism. And I know who I want to draft for this position need too. I know exactly who I want here. With Kendall Fuller having the slot corner on lock, we need some outside corner competition. I rate this need 1 out of 5. I would like for us to find somebody to compete with Fabian Moreau and Joshua Holsey. Fabian Moreau has all the talent but just needs time, and Joshua Holsey is pretty decent. Quinn Dunbar, who is getting better every year, and Josh Norman, who is proven but has the least upside, are pretty much our starters at corner. Now I would just like to bring somebody in to add some competition to the mix. With Sewell Cravens and DJ Swearinger fighting for the strong safety position, Sewell Cravens can be used in several different roles other than strong safety. He can be an undersized linebacker, and DJ Swearinger is pretty much the quarterback of the defense, so I like his abilities. And then Monte Nicholson actually played the free safety well while healthy last year. Very underrated. He was without a doubt our best free safety on the roster last year, and our defense started to collapse after the likes of DJ Swearinger and DeShazer Everett were forced to run free safety. D'Angelo Hall had one good game at it, and that was it. I would just like for us to draft somebody to come in and compete, and with the best chance scenario, we find a gem. I know a lot of people are thinking we should draft a certain somebody in the first round, and I'll speak about it in my mock draft video, but I don't feel the need is dire enough for us to spend a first round pick on it. But that's just my opinion. But that's it for this short episode. Thanks for the view. I'm going to keep bringing y'all occasional draft updates on what the Redskins organization and street scores think of prospects and roster needs from January to April. And I'm also going to bring occasional mock drafts. I'm releasing a very premature mock draft soon. I got y'all back. Stay locked in. Make sure y'all Dolomite Fake Punch that like button, favorite, subscribe. I'll subscribe back. And most importantly, comment and share. And again, thank y'all for the support. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.